mi gente? Mikey O here. Happy Wednesday. So excited to be on this live tonight. Happy Wednesday, Facebook Live. Mikey O here. It is an unbelievably crazy last 48 hours. Yesterday, I was in the backyard, 70 degrees. Today, I got a turtleneck on. ¿Qué pasó? Anyway, mi gente, thank you for joining us. Super excited to have you here with us. I've got with me the amazing Doctora Emeline Ramos.
Hello.
She is with us, and we're so happy to see her. With us from Cocoa Sweets by Patty, of course, Patty Montenegro.
Hi. Hello. Nice to be with everyone here.
And there's nobody else here, just me and Patty. Ellie, how are you, Ellie? Ellie Castro's here, everybody. Ellie Castro. Ellie Castro. Anyway, mi gente, it's so good to have you guys with us. Thank you guys for joining me tonight, Patty, Ellie, Emeline, rather. And yeah, let's get it going here. So tonight is a special night because I had the pleasure, Ellie, of being treated. A couple weeks ago, she was at Patty was at my show, and as she's leaving, she hands me a bag of goodies, and I didn't know her name. I didn't put two and two together by reading the back of the box. I got home, I posted online, who was this woman that left me this box? And in this box, there were 4 besitos de coco, otherwise known as macaroons, right? Los americanos le dicen macaroons. And they were off the charts. So we connected, and I learned a lot about her. And she is an independent baker, which are my favorite people, independent coffee houses, independent bakers. And she is going to be this weekend at Ellie and Emeline's show called Live, Love, Laugh at the Star Theater. It is sold out, so we have no tickets. But she's going to be there selling her macaroons. If you go and knock on the window of the Star Theater, she may sell you some macaroons. But anyway, we're excited. So, Patty, tell us all about who you are and what you do.
Well, first of all, thank you, Mikey O, for inviting me to the show. And it's an absolute pleasure to be here and sharing the screen with yourself and Ellie and Emmy. I'm a fan of you guys. And I did not know it was actually your show that I was going to be participating in. So I was really excited that it was going to be your show. Yay. But yes, Patty Montenegro, and I started Cocoa Sweets back in 2022. Essentially kind of testing the market at the markets, as I like to refer to it. So I started selling at farmers markets, and I knew immediately, based on the success that I was having at the markets, that by the end of the summer and into the fall, I was gonna need a kind of like a vessel for ordering. So I went ahead and immediately established my website. And so I accept orders online when I am not at the markets or at events. So that's essentially, you can go visit my my page at cocosweetsbypatty.com. And I am also on Instagram and Facebook, the way you would search, because there are a number of similar names out there. You would put the @ symbol and then Cocoa Sweets by Patty, as seen on the screen here, without the spaces. And then that's how you would find me. I am the pink circle. So Ellie, did you find me already? Yeah, go ahead. Please follow me. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Now, Ellie loves coconut macaroons, by the way. He loves them. Oh, my God.
Good. So I have a little box for Ellie and Emmy. Yeah. So stay tuned. I heard you do not have any nut allergies. And oh, by the way, my macaroons do not have any gluten in them for those who have gluten sensitivities. And that gluten doesn't mean no bueno.
Yeah.
Yeah,
These
but
are really tasty.
I usually order my pastries with extra gluten on the side. So
add gluten.
Okay, I'll add some gluten for you.
I want the gluten on it and on
Crusted, let's see, encimita. Yeah. Okay.
I love gluten. So I go to gluten-only bakeries.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then that means then that you can have the coconut rum cake that I offer there. Is there a pink circle there?
Déjame ver qué.
No puedo ver.
¿Qué dice ahí? Eso tiene un círculo rosita.
Sí, eso mismo, ese mismo.
Mija.
Ese mismito.
We found it.
Gracias.
How do I block? ¿Cómo se bloquea a esta mujer que lo que ve es dulce sin azúcar? No tiene azúcar. Y si no tiene azúcar, no tiene sabor.
No, tiene mucho sabor. Tiene mucho sabor. So I do coconut macaroons, flan, dulce, arroz con dulce, perdón, rum cake, and coquito and piña colada. So everything coconut based. It's a coconut based specialty shop. Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Do you sell dulce con arroz?
Arroz con dulce, sí. No.
Eso lo hace cualquiera. I'm saying, do you sell dulce?
Sí.
Like
con arroz al lado. ¿Lo quieres blanco o arroz con gandules?
Like bombones. Like dulce, bombones.
No, I do not sell.
Déjame decirte.
Okay, explicarme. Okay, sorry.
Dulce mezclado con arroz. Dulce con arroz.
I don't know. That's a recipe that I'll try. Thank you. And then I'll call it the Eli Dulce.
No, porque es horrible. And I don't want my name. I don't want my name on that.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Well, we are excited to have you this coming Saturday. I think that the audience is going to get a big treat. Ellie and I, and especially Ellie and Emeline, they've always been huge supporters of small business and independent businesses and vendors, etc. So to have you there is going to be super, super cool. So, and this is Live, Love, Laugh. This is Ellie and Emeline's new show. I have not seen that show in its entirety, but Ellie and Emeline, it's funny because over the years, especially in the last couple of years, I used to just get questions when I walk down the street. Hey, how's Ellie? ¿Cómo está Ellie? When are we going to see Ellie? When are we going to see Ellie? And that changed in the last couple of years, and now it's like Ellie and Emeline. And when are you going to bring her? He can't travel without the audience saying, where is she? Why didn't you bring her? So.
I appreciate all the love. I really, really do. I completely out of my comfort zone with all of this. This is his forte.
This is not even my forte. And people are asking about me. I'm so humble. It's not even my thing. If fíjate, I'm just as popular as he is, and I don't even want this. I don't even want it.
Tell us a little bit about the show, Emeline, from your side. No, Ellie, let her talk. From your side.
Live, Love, Laugh is about your vows, right? Your wedding vows. Like, do we even remember them?
She doesn't even know. She didn't write it.
It's about relationship, like he loves to write about relationships. It's about marriage and what goes into your vows and how many of us follow our vows through marriage.
Oh, and tell us, how was it writing it? Was it difficult?
It was very difficult writing this.
It was
very difficult.
Oh, it was so difficult, right? Because
yes.
You had to dig deep, ¿verdad?
I did.
And the writing process is so hard, right? You must have spent hours.
Weeks.
Oh, weeks.
Writing this.
What about memorizing? Was it tough?
Let's not even talk about memorizing.
Oh, no, let's talk about it because I'm trying to talk about it. So it was really hard.
Yes, very hard.
And how do you memorize all of that?
It's hours and hours of just constantly walking and pacing and talking to myself and memorizing and making sure that I got it right.
Oh, man.
What, Emeline, tell us a little bit about, what you found to be the best part of creating the show and writing your parts.
I think it was definitely going over the vows and reliving them in our marriage and how much, our everyday lives, we should think about our vows when we do certain things, right?
Yeah, we should.
How when we go out on trips and adventures, and you know.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, good. Now you're off script.
I know.
So when we go on trips, what? Because that's not even in the show.
You know, it's about, you know, remembering that you love this person in the good and the bad.
Yeah.
You know,
I
and that regardless.
I can't wait to see that show. That's going to be a good show. Yeah.
What was it like to try to write, you know, him into it? What was it like to try to develop him within the show?
You know, it was a little difficult.
You think?
A little difficult.
Yeah.
Because this is, you know, this is what I do. This is not, you know, this was outside of his realm, really. Yeah. And, you know, and even though he's very experienced at marriages, because I'm his third marriage, you know, he still, this is why we're talking about it, because he finally got it right. So that's why, you know, we were able to put it together like this.
Yeah. Well, you did from what I understand, I'm going to tell you this, Emeline. I had a show a couple of weeks ago. There was a group of people who came to that show and had been to your show the Friday before.
To your show.
And they said, to quote, they said, Emeline's show belongs on a bigger stage, Mike. And I'm like, what? They're like, we saw it Friday. She was amazing. She killed it. It just belongs on a bigger stage.
Thank you.
And then they said, you know, because I think what happens is, it used to happen in the beginning with Ellie, where I would tell people Ellie was an attorney, and then people would say, is he really an attorney? One woman said, I got to be honest. She said she needs to be a national world spokesperson for families with her, you know, because you're a pediatrician.
Yes.
And I was like, wow.
Thank you.
Yeah, and it's not even what she does. She's a pediatrician, and apparently she's also a writer.
I'm a writer too.
Yeah, she's magical, man. She is magical.
It's incredible. And
yeah.
So let me ask you one last question.
Yeah.
How much time do I spend on stage? How much time do you spend on stage? I mean, because I'm barely in the show, correct?
Yeah, barely.
Barely, yeah. So
you got like a good 25%.
25%. So basically, you just take over.
It's just me.
Yeah. That's.
What do you think?
I think it's a lot of crap. But
you coming back? There you go. You coming back? I think you locked up.
Oh.
There you are. You're locked up for a second. No big deal.
That's what happens when she lies.
Well. No, people, I gotta tell the both of you, when these people I saw them at the show on Sunday at Joe's, there was about 10, 12 people there, and they were just, man, they were all complimenting how wonderful the show it was, and that's great. But on a serious note, Ellie, and I think it's just a question we all want to know. It is really the first time she has joined you on stage before, especially that one time when you married her, but she has joined you on stage before. And what does that feel like, man?
Yeah, so it's an interesting show because I've talked about her and I've talked about our relationship before on stage. But her presence during this show is unique because we are talking about our relationship, and then we're using our relationship to really share our stories and our opinions on the vows, right? So we're not completely in agreement in any of the vows, really. But I think having her there really showcases that you can have your differences and still get along and still laugh. Mm-hmm. So the show really has two tones, right? It has the main message, which is this is what marriage is all about. And the undertone is you can still get along despite your differences. Am I saying it right? Because
yes.
You wrote this.
Yes.
You know.
You got it.
I don't want to step on your toes or anything, you know. But side note, and Mike, you would never admit this, but this show was your creation, right? Because when I went to get headshots a couple of years ago, the photographer, I was there to take headshots for a different show with Mikey that he was producing, and the photographer had a sofa, and Emeline happened to be there. So after my headshots were done, Mikey said, "Why don't you both sit on the sofa and let's take some pictures?" So we sat on the sofa, we took all kinds of pictures, unplanned. And when the pictures came back, Mikey said, "You should write a show. That's the poster of you and her." Now, of course, Mikey, like Emeline, are brilliant writers. They will write a whole show in their head. And then they'll just, Mikey will give a good idea and then he'll walk away and he'll have some coffee with macaroons. Then yes. I had to turn around and I took that idea and I said, all right, let me see what I can come up with. And I came up with a show that is very true, it's very honest, and it's very audience interactive. So if you're in the audience for this show, it is going to be unlike any other show you've seen of mine, because I don't necessarily need the audience, but the audience is in on the ride, period.
Yeah.
The audience is like the third person on stage, essentially.
Ooh, good.
Wow.
Wow, that was deep.
I've learned a lot throughout the years.
No, you are. Let me tell you something. You are shining. You are. Olvídate. You are shining.
Why am I here? Why am I even here?
Yeah. Lucky for me, I only have to change 2 letters for the future posters. All I got to do is, instead of Ellie Castro, Emmy Castro. So I remove the L-I and put M-Y.
I put
Emmy Castro.
I put Emmy on the screen, not even like thinking, because that's what my family calls me.
I said, well, maybe that's what she goes by now. Maybe that's her stage name now.
Well, here's a personal question, because this is just us talking. Pero do I call you Emmy?
No.
What do I call you?
He calls me a lot of things, but not Emmy.
But
the way
you say that,
like
he calls me a lot of things because he doesn't appreciate me.
He calls me Moons.
But if I ever call you by your name, do you like it?
No, I don't. Don't ever call me by my name.
Emeline.
No.
She hates it. Emmy.
Just just hearing it hurts my ears.
What? How is that love? If I go, hey Emmy, can I talk to you for a second?
Because Emmy is my family, like my.
Whoa. What?
Like my family. That's like my.
Like my family. Tú no estás en la familia. Tú no eres de familia. Tú eres un extranjero. Tú eres una persona que vino and you invaded my family and you're on the outside. So if I go, hey Emeline,
no.
Which by the way, Emeline is a beautiful name because if you spell it out, it has Ellie in the middle. Boom. Okay? That's why I married her, because my name is in her name.
Doris Luna, the Emmy Castro show, that's catchy. You know what? You just gave me an amazing idea, Doris. Inbox me for 2 tickets to see Made in Puerto Rico March 30th.
Hi, Doris.
What a wonderful idea. The Emmy Castro show. That's catchy. Inbox me, Doris. You're going to see Made in Puerto Rico. And, for those of you who are watching and don't know, I mean, I'm sure everybody knows, but for those of you that are watching and don't know, Luz Ramos says, I love your abuelito voice. Ellie Castro is, of course, in the month of March, he's going to be all over the place with Made in Puerto Rico, a show that kind of started in Chicago, really took off in Chicago. It's been all over the country. And in March, it's headed to Charlotte. It's headed to New York City. It's headed to the Bronx. And it's headed where, Ellie?
To Puerto Rico.
To Puerto Rico, man.
Yeah, I will say that Made in Puerto Rico did start in Chicago because it came from a show called Malcriado. And when I adapted that show and I rewrote it and I created Made in Puerto Rico from that show, that debuted Valentine's Day 2009 in Chicago. And now 15 years later, it's going to Puerto Rico, Santurce, Puerto Rico. And I did an interview about that show today, and I told the person as plainly as I can put it, a show like that has never gone to Puerto Rico. no comedian born and raised in the island and allá afuera has ever brought his story back to Puerto Rico and said it in English and in Spanish. No, tienes que hablar español e inglés. How about if I do both? No, porque soy mal educado. No, negative. How about if I just speak English y cambio español cuando me dé la gana? Because then that language has never been spoken in Puerto Rico. That confidence in our culture, in our bilingual culture, has never been expressed in Puerto Rico. Because when I went there to do a few minutes here and there, comedians and producers in Puerto Rico would tell me, no, mira, no hable inglés, papi, no hable inglés, que la gente aquí no te va a entender. First of all, Puerto Ricans know English. They're raised with English. Pero they're raised sometimes con el complejo de que I don't know enough, I'm embarrassed. So I told my uncle, I go, man, tío, this guy, this comedian, this producer in Puerto Rico is telling me not to speak in English porque la gente no va a entender. Ah, muchachos, aquí todo el mundo sabe inglés. Y los que dicen que no lo saben, es que tienen miedo de hablarlo.
Yeah.
Pero everybody understands it. So Puerto Rico has never heard our story said in English by a Puerto Rican. That's a very different sound. And so when I did it, when I gave a little taste of my shows, people in Puerto Rico reacted very positively to it because that's a whole nother frontier that's never been open to a Puerto Rican, and yet we live it. El puertorriqueño y latino en los Estados Unidos, we live in two worlds. But yet when I do interviews with Spanish media, I have to speak all Spanish to somebody who is fluent in both. So why do I have to pick? So ultimately, at the end of the interview, I'm just hablando en los dos idiomas, papi, because you understand me. And you know what? 99.9% of your audience understands both. Why are we denying them one language, pa? We speak two. Why are you ashamed of that? Porque ahora tenemos que hablar. And we're speaking English before the interview, like this. And so thank you for coming for this interview. I'm really happy that you're being here. And this means a lot to me. Yeah. Oh, we're about to start. 3, 2, 1. Buenas noches, estamos aquí con el comediante Eli Castro, que está con nosotros para hacernos una... Well, why are we doing that? Why are we doing that? Just continue. Si hay que hablar, there's certain things que yo quiero decir en español. Just like there's certain things I want to say in English.
Yeah.
¿Tú me entiendes? Yeah. ¿Tú me entiendes? Is a perfect example of, I gotta say it in Spanish. I don't want to go, you understand? ¿Tú me entiendes? Mm-hmm. And it's like the ability to use both languages, and I do so on stage, and to do it off stage, is a source of pride. So I'm taking that to Puerto Rico, and I'm talking about our story in Spanglish. And it's never been done. It's never been done, and it will never be done. And maybe it'll be done after me. Maybe somebody will go, oh, man, I can do that too. Yes, you can. Mm-hmm. Don't ever underestimate el puertorriqueño. Mm-hmm. Don't ever call them dumb or less intelligent. We just as smart in the island as we are off. And my point in going to Puerto Rico and speaking English is to say, el puertorriqueño es uno solo. Doesn't matter if you live in Santurce, if you live in Las Marías, if you live in Mayagüez, or if you live in Connecticut, New York, el puertorriqueño es uno solo. We are one. We are one, period.
Wow.
I mean, that's what you would have said, right?
Yes.
Wow.
Notice how Coco Sweets by Patty didn't think that was deep. Pero esta, habla dos palabritas. Oh, that's deep, girl. That's deep, girl. No, that's deep.
Yeah. No, only because I was very intense, focused on what you had to say.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, yeah. So it was very, very, very deep. Yeah.
That is, and Ellie, that's a really, really, really interesting angle, and that is really, really, really interesting. I mean, and I don't know, because I'll agree with you that I've gone to my cousin's houses in Puerto Rico, and I don't walk in there and try. Listen, yo me defiendo, but I don't walk in there trying to restructure my thinking and my language. I am who I am. You know where I'm coming from. You know I'm coming from Chicago. You know what I mean? And so this is who I am. I'll speak the best I can, but I'm not, I'm not interested in eso no sabe hablar español. Eso no sabe hablar inglés. I'm sorry. We'll figure it out. Okay. With my little bit of what is called correct Spanish, but I don't think a Puerto Rican in Puerto Rico has ever called me out on that. They may say you're saying it the wrong way, but they're not saying don't say it, you know?
Right.
Knowing a language is like a superpower, right? So it's like, you know, I'm learning Japanese, right? So if somebody comes to my house and they know Japanese, but they're making the effort to only speak what I know, English, I'm gonna kind of wish that they spoke to me in Japanese, because I don't really get this opportunity to practice.
Yeah.
So in Puerto Rico, you're doing them a disservice by preventing them from engaging with you in English, because they should be practicing their English just like we should be practicing our Spanish.
Mm-hmm.
So if all of a sudden you go, te estoy hablando solamente en español porque, in parentheses, yo creo que tú eres muy bruto para entender el inglés. You're insulting them.
Mm-hmm.
So speak what you can in Spanish, speak what you can in English, and together we make each other stronger.
Mm-hmm.
But don't ever be ashamed of going to Puerto Rico and thinking, I can't really speak Spanish, so I feel embarrassed. No, man, give them English. And if they come from Puerto Rico here, don't be ashamed of the little English you know. Go as far as you can.
That's
and
it.
We'll work on it together, but together we grow. Together we grow far.
Right.
Wow.
Oh my God, tremendo, tremendo.
You are in, man. You are in tonight, man. You are in tonight.
Yeah, I'm on fire, bro.
Oh, wow.
Made in Puerto Rico, ladies and gentlemen, is March 30th. It is going to be an amazing, amazing night. 2 shows, a lot of surprises for this show.
2 shows?
There's 2 shows that day?
March 30th?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Am I getting paid for both?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 2 shows. That was cool. How was that?
We don't know how that happens.
Yeah,
Wow, that was awesome.
yeah.
But yeah, 2 shows and a lot of surprises on those shows. It's going to be a lot of fun. Get your tickets at LACastro.com. Now, El, I'm always excited, man, when, one of the things about you, man, is that it's like giving an architect a plan, and then all of a sudden, a week later, there's the house that you thought of in your head, and there it is. And that show that's coming up now, the other one that's coming up, La Clínica. Now, just to give you a little background on La Clínica, I don't know about anybody else here, but I spent so much of my life inside, going with my mother to doctor's appointment, to doctor's appointment, to doctor's appointment. And I would always sit in these waiting rooms and be like, "Ta gente tan loco," But there's La Clínica, the clinic.
Again, it was one of those things where Mike said, I have an idea. And he gave me a rough sketch. And I ignored it. And then,
as usual,
2 months later, he said, I've got a date. We're doing it April 13th. Go, what are we doing April 13th? The play idea. Oh, you booked a theater? So then I had to start writing, and it's a play that I'm very proud of. I think Nidia Castillo and Claudia Velázquez.
Quesada. Claudia Quesada.
I wasn't even close.
Yeah.
Totally off. Totally.
It was way off.
Sorry, Claudia.
Maybe Velázquez was her other name. So I think Claudia and Nidia are going to be exceptional. It's a 3-person play, and I'm truly excited to showcase them. I think they're amazing, amazing actors, and it's going to be beautiful to share the stage with them. I think what's so exciting about this play is just that, is seeing them, putting them in a position to shine.
Yeah.
I'm honored to have written and to be directing them, and just to see them take off. I think I'm going to be very emotional and happy on stage, being a part of that.
I love it. I cannot wait, man. I cannot wait. By the way, Ellie and you and I had coffee this morning, and as soon as you walked away, God dropped a gift right on my lap. You walked away. You weren't there for it. That part of the set that we need for the seating. When I went back to take a tour of the venue, the guy says, you can have those seats.
The orange ones?
There's a set of 4. How about that?
The long bank?
The long bank of 8. There's a set of 4. He says, come get it whenever you want. So that was a blessing. and la mesita and the table.
That's those chairs are estas sillas son perfectas.
Yeah. So,
Y son perfectas porque son gratis. ¿Tú me entiendes?
lo que son gratis is right.
Uno tiene que pagar. Porque después uno dice, ¿cuánto son las sillas? Son 800 pesos. Yo no voy a pagar 800 pesos por una silla.
It's meant to be. But we've got an amazing weekend coming up. Ellie Castro's got an amazing month coming up. March 30th is going to be made in Puerto Rico. April 13th is the clinic. Please do not wait. Get your tickets for the clinic. Do not wait. That's going to sell out immediately. And I can tell you right now, tickets are going fast. Just don't wait. But hey, there he is. We should have brought him on the show. I wanted to hear about his experience this weekend. He's on the next show for sure. So, yeah.
Tell everybody, say hello to everybody.
Hi, everybody.
He's taller than me and has a deeper voice than me.
Oh, that's awesome. Alexi, so good to see you, man.
I'll call you back.
But one of the sponsors that is not here today because she was called to her other duties is our good friend, Christina from Expressions 18, but she sent me something to read on her behalf. So here we're gonna have a little bit of fun with this though. Ellie and
Emeline.
Ellie and Ellie and Emmy and Emmy and of course Patty. I want you guys to ask me questions about the earrings. Okay, so this young lady makes these earrings by hand, completely by hand, and she sells them at different events and different festivals, et cetera, et cetera. She is a nurse in her full-time job. She is the mother of 2 amazing daughters, and she's a Chicagoan. And I believe, Emeline, if I'm not mistaken, at some point she went to school with you.
Oh, see, now I have to look her up.
Her name is Christina, and she said something about, am I right, Notre Dame?
Yes.
Okay, so she went to school with you.
Yes.
And she went to Notre Dame. So I'm going to read her bio and what she sent me, and then feel free to ask me questions about the earrings. I'm going to try to read it in her voice, I think.
Okay.
My name is Christina, and I'm the founder of Expressions 18 based in Chicago. I am a nurse by day and a clay maker by night. I have been an entrepreneur in the jewelry and fashion industry since 2019 and founded Expressions 18 in 2022. Each piece is designed to be an artistic expression that empowers the wearer to walk confidently. So if you don't walk confidently, these are the earrings for you. So for example, if you're a boba just making your way, matriculating your way through society, kind of like, okay, these are the earrings for you.
Can I pause you for a second?
Yeah.
Matriculating your way through society?
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Is that a result of the turtleneck you're wearing?
The turtleneck, yeah, the turtleneck makes me collegiate.
Matriculating through society. I don't even know if that's grammatically correct, but I'm just going to assume it is because that's a lot of consonants.
I'm gonna look that up. Hold on while we're thinking.
Yeah,
That's
matriculating.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, the sweater makes me collegiate. You just have to. You wear one of these, you get smart.
Collegiate?
Yes. I'm very smart.
Collegiate? Spell it. I swear to God.
So, to walk confidently in who they were made to be. Okay, this gets better. All right. You will find a mix of whimsical and playful pieces. I was called whimsical once myself, actually. You will find a mix of whimsical and playful pieces, and I was quite playful, and others that are fancy and bold. All products are made from non-toxic polymer clay and contain nickel-free posts for comfortable wear.
I love nickel.
Okay.
Polymer clay is extremely lightweight and durable. Many pieces have shine and resin overlay and a beautiful shine. Other pieces contain metal leaf and glitter to give it an extra sparkle. And by the way, who doesn't love a good sparkle?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for trusting me to be a part of your event and for supporting small businesses. I am honored and happy to be there this weekend, and much luck to you and Emeline. This is from our good friend at Expressions 18, Christina. So remember, our vendors are going to be Tampico. Tampico Juice has been with us 10 years. And, of course, our friend from Coco Sweets by Patty Montenegro is going to be there selling her sweets. On Sunday, there's going to be cafecito. It's going to be amazing. But again, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to walk confidently, look whimsical, and have a good sparkle, then Expressions 18 is for you.
But I like my jewelry like I like my women, toxic.
So far, this like gluten, toxicity. Oh, he's just
well, this is non-toxic, Ellie. This is an opportunity to just turn things around.
This is an opportunity for you to matriculate down a new path.
Yes, in your very collegiate look.
You've never been smarter than at this moment. So I hope you preserve this for your family record. You know what I mean?
Oh my God. All right. Jeannie Michelle says, Professor Mike, you know what? You will win 2 tickets to see Ellie Castro March 30th, Jeannie, because you recognize my collegiate whimsical side. Okay?
Whimsical. Bro, I'm telling you, if you put like a little sport coat over that, I'll lose my mind.
Irene Mercado, where you? Irene, you're back? When'd you get out, girl? Ellie, it's Irene.
She got, her brain is hurting?
Yeah, Irene. Remember Irene from Indiana? She's out.
Yeah.
She did her time.
She was in for 18 months.
Well, she was in a relationship for 18 months. She was locked up.
Oh,
Guy
that
was
kind of locked up. I thought she was locked up.
No, not locked up. She was kind of relationship type. When you date somebody in Indiana, that's like being locked up. Am I right?
Cuidadito.
Patty from Indiana.
Somebody here has a unique opinion about the state of Indiana.
Yes.
Oh, tell us.
Be kind, Emmy. Be kind.
Too late.
Sorry, I can't with this one.
Go for
Hey,
it.
listen, I only transition here through life. I might be elsewhere. Who knows?
Watch this.
I've always.
Do you like the state of Indiana?
No.
Why not?
Because it's like a wasteland.
Mira.
Oh my God.
IMDb
It's like nothing.
affected.
It's like nothing.
Emily, wait till after we do a show in Indiana to say that.
Hold on. Specifically, wasteland is too general. Specifically, what don't you like about Indiana?
Like the water smells. It's like well water.
No,
There's
we
all
have
there
fresh
is
water here.
warm.
We have fresh water.
I grew up with family in like northwest Indiana, and
Watch this.
My heart is broken.
Watch this, Patty. Watch this.
yo no me bañaba con ellos porque en la casa de
Ellie?
ellos el agua apestaba.
Watch this, Patty. Watch this.
You're not allowed to share.
That's
with
deep,
Emmy.
Girl. That's deep, girl. I love that.
No macaroons for Emmy.
Nah, vete, you lost a fan.
I know.
You
I probably lost a lot
You
of
should
fans
write a show
now.
about that. Write a show about Indiana. Write a show about
Yeah.
Man, down Mikey. Oh, that's Ellie Castro, Emeline, and of course, Coco Sweets by Patty. Thank you guys for joining us. A big shout out to our friend Christina, who is nursing right now. Not nursing, she is a nurse at a hospital. She's
Thank you
not
for
nursing
taking
right now.
care of our
Right. She is taking care of pediatric patients, and we're going to see you this weekend. We're super excited. Ellie, congratulations again on all your continued success. Emeline, you're a phenomenal writer. Listen, I can't even think about your bio. You are a graduate of the University of Chicago.
Illinois.
You are a doctor. You are a pediatrician. You are a what is your role? What is your title at your current job?
Indiana hater, indeed.
Indiana hater. You're an Indiana hater. You're whimsical. You're collegiate. You matriculate through the hospital taking care of people.
Love it. Thank you.
Mi gente, Mikey O here. Follow Ellie at Ellie Castro Comedy on Instagram, elliecastro.com to buy tickets. I'm Mikey O. Thank you guys so much. Have a great night, mi gente. We'll see you this weekend. It's going to be amazing.
Bye.
Bye.